So the scumbag Conor Benn has finally spoken out after signing with Zuffa Boxing. So what we're gonna do is, listen to the bullshit that he has to say, because it's only right we get his opinion on things and see how he's feeling. I'm quite intrigued to see what he has to say for himself, because I don't really know what he can say. The only thing that I could kind of understand is that, yeah, you're doing this for your family, but like, I'm not being funny. You're with Eddie Hearn. You're gonna make good money regardless. Like, it's Eddie fucking Hearn, mate. Like, the guy is probably one of the biggest promoters in the world when it comes to boxing, if not the biggest. So you would have ate with Eddie Hearn regardless, but you chose to go and eat somewhere else. Bearing in mind, like we covered in my last video, this man helped you when you was running out of money, when your career was looking like it was hanging on a thread. But you know, listen, not everybody, like Eddie Hearn said, not everybody is cut from the same cloth. I mean, Anthony Joshua and Conor Benn are two different people, but I would never, I don't think Anthony Joshua would ever do something like this. But anyways, let's get into this video with Conor Benn and see what he actually has to say for himself.
But yeah, well, Conor, thank you so much for doing this. Obviously, your big news is this new deal with Zuffa Boxing. So, well, can I ask, what does this mean for your career?
It means, careers heading in the same direction, which is world title by the end of the year, God willing. And, just mega fights. That's the plan. Give the supporters, the fans what they want. Come over here, all the belts are over here in America, so majority of them are anyway. So it's yeah, I'm excited to go over here.
Yeah, well, speaking of world titles and mega fights, you've been watching Ryan Garcia win the WBC belt. Look, is he? Yeah, what do you think of him? Is he your top target or one of your top
Yeah, of
targets?
course. I mean, listen, hopefully we can have him next in September. Um,
Bro, are they taking the piss? Is that all they fucking covered about him leaving Zuffa Boxing? I mean, him joining Zuffa Boxing. Huh? I don't want to hear about all this useless rat. Bro. So Sky Sports, you fucking scammed me. Sky Sports, you scammed me, Abby. This is clickbait. Clearly, this is fucking clickbait. So you're saying you only gave me about, not even 55 seconds, about 30 seconds of him talking about leaving Eddie Hearn and joining Zuffa Boxing. You guys are taking the absolute piss. I'm not gonna lie, absolute piss. I'll play the video. I'll continue it for a bit longer. But if I don't hear what I want to hear anytime soon, I'm stopping this video, bro. Fuck you, Sky Sports.
I watched the fight with Barrios. Obviously, I'm number one contender, mandatory for the belt. So ultimately, was I impressed?
Bet365 are putting the power in your hands.
With their best ever bet
Bro.
builder. If any of your players get subbed off,
Hey,
your
Sky
bet rolls on
Sports, you
with
man are
sub-on playoff.
scamming
But that's not
the
all.
fuck out
Their
of me, bro.
incredible
What the
early
fuck?
payout offer comes as standard.
Download the Bet365 app.
Bro, hurry up. No one
Bet365
cares,
are putting the
bro.
power in your hand.
With their best ever bet builder. If any of your players
I can't say I was impressed. He done what he needed to do with a guy who's just coming off two draws, and come very one-dimensional, quite slow. I mean, it weren't really in the fight. I was impressed with Garcia's engine, though. I was impressed with the fact he's managed to pull himself together and win a world title. I'm happy for him. Extremely happy for him to pull himself out of the dark hole that he was in to now claim the throne. But ultimately, I believe I am no Barrios, and think I'd give him hell in there.
Yeah. So is that the sort of perfect fight? Because you obviously fancy the job, but he's a massive name globally.
he's there for the taking.
Guys, I'm done with
You
this
know, I
video. I'm
watched
not
that.
going to lie. They're violating me, bro. They're actually violating. You know what? I'll give them benefit of that. Let's see what they say about who's next. But I promise you, if I don't hear what I want to hear, I'm ending this video, bro.
Now, do you think he won't be able to box until September? And would you be looking to box before that? Can you say much about the
Yeah, it
plan?
depends. It depends whether he's out partying or not. You know, for me, I'd like to be out, you know, as soon as possible, really. Um, and yeah, I'd like to be out as soon as possible. So whenever the first date presents itself, no doubt I'll jump at the opportunity. I'm always in the gym. I'm always ready. All I need is a few weeks, and
Hey, Sky Sports, fuck you guys, bruv. Fuck you, Sky Sports. This is 100%, 1,000,000% fucking clickbait. Like, you didn't even, like, bro, you just wasted my time. But anyways, before we finish this video, yeah, I just want to react to what fucking Conor Benn was saying about, listen, buddy, you got a long way to go. I'm not even going to lie. Like, I think Ryan Garcia smoked. You know, listen, Conor Benn, you feel as if you've made the right decision for your career, which I can't knock him for that. At the end of the day, he does want to, you know, conquer the American scene, so he signed with an American promotion. Did he have to? Not necessarily, but it's his decision. But, you know, Conor Benn needs to understand, yeah, I don't care who he fights at 140, is it 146 pounds or 140, whatever it is. Listen, he ain't beating none of the top guys, in my opinion. Like, a while ago, I would have thought, yeah. But ever since Conor Benn got caught cheating and he hasn't been able to take his drugs, he hasn't looked the same. The only time he looked decent was in his last fight, which was against a dehydrated and weight-drained Chris Eubank, the junior. And yeah, he looked pretty decent, but he doesn't, in my opinion, he doesn't beat Shakur Stevenson and he doesn't beat Ryan Garcia. And listen, the funny thing is, you signed, I think it's a one-fight deal with Zuffa Boxing, yeah? Dana White, whatever. They've obviously given you that money, one, because you're the first fighter to sign with them. Two, they want to entice other fighters to jump on the bandwagon and sign for Zuffa Boxing. But I guarantee you, if Conor Benn doesn't... You see, this is where Conor Benn fucked up, in my opinion. Because if he doesn't live up to the hype and the expectation, which I don't think he will, Zuffa Boxing probably won't re-sign him. Because in the long run, money-wise, does it make sense to be paying someone that amount of money who... Listen, we're going into, what, March? He's probably going to have about 2 fights this year, at most. So, you know, if he doesn't live up to expectation, I can see... Because, listen, Dana at the UFC and Dana, they're fucking ruthless the way they cut people and don't re-sign them. So, boy, Conor Benn, you better deliver. Because one thing I can guarantee that would have happened with Eddie Hearn is, regardless of where you get to in your career, whether you're the champion or Eddie Hearn, you would have made good money with Eddie Hearn. I promise you that. Because Eddie Hearn is smart. Like, he is a true businessman. I can't knock him on that. Is he a bit of a scumbag? Yes. But at the end of the day, you know what? He's a promoter. So even looking back at the Chris Eubank Jr. Fight, you know what? I can't even blame Eddie. Don't get me wrong. I do think he's a wrong one because he was trying to portray as if, you know, what Chris Eubank Jr. was doing in terms of draining himself and being dehydrated wasn't dangerous. On that part, I will say, Eddie Hearn, you're a dickhead and scumbag because you deep down, you know why you put that in place for your fighter, because you wanted to give your fighter the best possible advantage of winning, and you did that. So I can't knock him. But Eddie Hearn is a smart businessman. So one thing that would have been guaranteed is you would have made money with Eddie Hearn for the rest of your career. The reality is, with this deal he signed with Zuffa Boxing, from my knowledge, it's a one promotion fight. Or a one fight promotion, whatever you want to call it. And if he doesn't re-sign with Zuffa Boxing, where does he go? Because he's not going to make as much money as he would have made with Eddie Hearn. That's just my opinion. Let me know your thoughts in the comments, guys. Like and subscribe.